Welcome back, children. So in today's small presentation, we'll be discussing about a phenomenon called scattering of light. So here we'll be studying about what is scattering and the different types of scattering. So coming to the definition of scattering, okay, when light is incident on atoms or molecules, they absorb a few wavelengths and re-emit the remaining. This phenomenon we call it as scattering. Say if white light is incident, it may absorb all colors and scatter blue. Then the color of the object remains blue. So color of object depends on the light it is going to scatter. Coming to types of scattering, we are going to study two types of scattering. One is elastic or Rayleigh scattering. Second is called inelastic scattering. We can observe this elastic scattering if the size of the particles is much lesser than the wavelength. Then they follow a criteria called as Rayleigh's criteria. According to Rayleigh criteria, intensity of scattered light is proportional to 1 by lambda to the power 4. That means when a number of wavelengths are incident on the particles, then lower wavelengths have more scattering intensity when compared with larger wavelengths. So there will be no change in the frequency and wavelength of the scattered light. Coming to inelastic scattering, as I told you, it will be observed when particle size is much greater than the wavelength of the incident light or average wavelength of the incident light. And in this scattering, there will be a change in frequency and wavelength of the scattered light. Example for inelastic scattering is Raman effect and Compton effect. Look at some of the questions which are related to scattering. Okay, why does the sky always appears blue? So for this, you can explain by making use of Rayleigh's criteria. If the atmospheric particles have a size lesser than the wavelength, in such a case, intensity of scattering is inversely related to lambda to the power 4. So lower wavelengths are scattered more than larger wavelengths. So blue, which has less wavelength when compared with red, will scatter more. More scattering, that will be the color of that particular object. So sky appears blue because blue is scattered more than other wavelengths. Similarly, sun appears red during sunrise and sunset. Even this can be explained by making use of scattering. So during sunrise and sunset, sun is at the horizon. So this is the position of the sun. Most of the scattered blue color will go back. And the unscattered light is going to reach the earth, which is red. Because it's traveling through a larger length of the atmosphere, most of the scattered light blue will be scattered in all possible directions. And we are going to receive the unscattered wavelength, that is red. So it appears red during sunrise and sunset. White color of the clouds. So clouds imply water droplets present in the dust particles, that means trapping of water molecules. So because of this, size of the particles becomes greater than the wavelength. So no more Rayleigh's criteria is applicable. It follows inelastic scattering and it appears white when all colors are equally scattered. And sky appears dark or black from moon. We know moon has no atmosphere. Since there is no atmosphere, there is no scattering phenomenon. So no color is scattered. Then the color of the body appears to be black. Even for an astronaut, sky appears black in color. So this is all about scattering of light.